What's going on, guys? Welcome in. I'll get started here in a second. Make sure it's working. If you guys can hear me okay, just give me a one or a thumbs up in the chat. Make sure the audio is working okay. Always takes like 30 seconds here or so to make sure everything's working. Cool. All right. So today we'll be talking about how to reduce your ACoS. So your advertising cost of sale is what that stands for. Still waiting for some ones and stuff. Make sure everybody can hear me. Okay. We got a one from Jasco. Okay, that's good enough. Okay. Yeah, so we'll talk about ACoS today. So or advertising cost of sale, which is my favorite metric. You'll also see like ROAS back there. So ROAS. I don't like that so much. That's more pertinent in like Facebook ads, Google ads. I like ACoS because I like to think about it from a profit margin standpoint. So if you can see the percentage that advertising is using to eat into that profit margin, you can better understand what's going on. Let's see here. And then after that, we'll be going through Q&A, which we have a good amount of questions, about 25. Of course, if you guys want first dibs on Q&A questions, make sure you get in the Facebook group. The link's down below. It's free. And then that way you guys can get your questions in the group beforehand, the week before, and make sure they get answered here. So, all right, one more thing I gotta check here. Sorry, guys. Okay, cool. All right, everything's working. So let's talk about lowering your ACoS for PPC. So Amazon PPC advertising, of course, is a great way to get initial traffic and drive some sales, right? When we're first starting, we have no traffic. We launch, we're on page 2, page 3. So how do we get visitors? That's PPC. It's not the only way, but it's probably the first way and the first thing I recommend to start to get things going. And so ACoS, what that is. So say we have a $10 product. We spend $3 to get a sale with PPC. Our ACoS will be 30%, meaning that we spent 30% of the price of our product to get a sale. Now, hopefully, our margin's around 30 to 40%. So that could be a break-even sale, right? And when we first start, we could see 70, 80, 90% ACoS or even higher when we first start because we have no reviews, our conversion rate's low. With no reviews, no ranking, it's more expensive to get customers. They don't trust the product as much. Amazon doesn't know where to place this, so you have to pay a little bit more at first. So how do we lower this? Now, some of these answers you probably won't like, but I got to be honest and truthful with you guys. But just kind of the more obvious things to start with here. It's going to be, obviously, the skills with PPC. This takes a little while to get the skills going, understanding what keywords to target, everything like that. I like to run PPC mildly aggressively my first 2 weeks and just know I'm going to lose money. I just know I'm going to lose money because I don't know what's going on. I don't know the data yet. Okay, so really this 2 weeks to collect data. So I like doing this with phrase campaigns, sometimes exact campaigns right away. I'll throw in some broad campaigns with really low bids just to see if I can collect just some random sales there. And I'll have some auto campaigns too. But my main focus is my phrase campaigns because I want to cast a specific, mildly, small window or net to go find other keywords too, to kind of see what's working, what's not working. Because I can guess of what keyword's the best for me right now, but usually I'm wrong. There's other keywords that kind of pop up that are working best for me. So those first 2 weeks, I'm collecting data. I'm expecting my ACoS to be 40 to 100%. Some keywords, some campaigns, it could be 120, 140. Okay. That's a lot. You're losing money, right? You're draining money. So when we first start, we get that data for 2 weeks. Then we go into our search term reports, or even on the campaign levels, we can see this data and we can see which keywords people are searching to buy our product and what the ACoS is for that. Usually when I get this data, I'm now, say my overall ACoS is 80%. I'm going through these campaigns and I'm grabbing just the keywords that are around, say, 40 to 60% ACoS, so lower than my average. I'm taking those keywords and putting them in their own exact campaign, and I'm just focusing on those. Because when I first start, I want to be as efficient as possible. I'm not looking to be profitable. Okay, this is an investment to get your initial traffic, to lead to your initial reviews, to get more social proof, and to boost our conversion rate, which is kind of the main driver of this, and I'll get to that here in a bit. But say I'm spending $30 a day on PPC. instead of blowing $20 of that on keywords that are worthless to me right now, what I'll do after 2 weeks is I'll grab the keywords that are doing the best relatively, and I'll put that $30 into those. So that way the $30 is being used more efficiently. So that's one quick way to focus on the high converting keywords and lower your ACoS. Okay. Now that's like the obvious skill building of PPC. Now I don't think you need to be a magician for PPC to lower your ACoS. There's other things that kind of factor into it. But you do need a certain level of skills with PPC, and that takes a little while. Okay. Now the main driver ACoS, okay, the sexy part here, you guys will think this is real sexy, is not based on PPC skills at all. Okay. It's not. So when people think that PPC is the issue, it's usually everything else. Okay. If you have everything fine tuned, everything else is going smooth in your business, which I'll talk about what those variables are, PPC is actually easy. It should be something you check once a freaking week and it kind of runs itself. Okay. Excuse me. Now, what are these things? The main factor is conversion rate. Okay. Conversion rate. Okay. Imagine this scenario. Say we get 20 clicks in one sale on our PPC. What conversion rate is that? 5%. Okay. 5%, and say our ACoS is 80% at that. Okay. So we're spending 80% of, say the product is $8, or say the product is $10. We spend $8 to get that sale. It's not very profitable, right? Now, if we boost our conversion rate from 5% to 10%, which on Amazon over 10% is kind of your goal eventually, not at first, but over 10%, say it gets to 10%. Now for every 20 clicks, we get 2 sales. Our conversion rate is now 10%. And what's that going to do to our ACoS? Our ACoS, I always put a T at the end or a D, ACoS, but ACoS sounds better for some reason. That's going to cut our ACoS in half if our conversion rate doubles, because instead of 1 sale for every 20 clicks, we get 2 sales per every 20 clicks. Now our ACoS is at 40%. You see how that works? Okay. So we shouldn't be focusing on PPC and micromanaging for month after month. Yes, there's a certain skill level you need to get to for that, but our main driver and main focus should be on conversion rate. Okay. Now what goes into, this is the sexy part. I know this is not everybody wants the technical, how do I make a campaign to dominate everybody? No. Amazon PPC is very simplistic. It's very limited, and there's no special skills that, once you get to, 3 months of experience that anybody else kind of has over you that's better than you or is the secret to PPC. Now there's some tricks and little hacks, things like that, but nothing that's going to drive, a life-changing amount of revenue or business and change everything for PPC. So it's better to focus on everything else, and the results will come with PPC as kind of a secondhand effect. Okay, so if we double our conversion rate, great. Okay, this ain't going to happen over day one. It's going to happen slowly over time. So what are the main drivers of conversion rate? One is price. Okay, the price of the item relative to your customers. Okay, so lowering the price is definitely going to boost your conversion rate. Doesn't mean you have to do it. Doesn't mean you can do it, but something to think about if you have some wiggle room there. Okay, if you're trying to get things going a little faster to eventually organically rank up, price could be something you work on. Next, these are probably equal. If not, this second one might be a little even more impressive. It's reviews and review rates. So number of reviews and review ratings. This is why I suggest everybody get in the Vine program, get brand registered, and get in the Vine program, because it's going to be the easiest potential 30 reviews you ever get. Okay. So during this time you're using PPC, it's unprofitable. You're trying to get ACoS down. You should be scratching and clawing for every review you can possibly get. Okay. You'll see as your reviews go up, if you stay in a healthy review rating like 4.3 and above, or again, if it's relative to competition, right? So everybody's got 4.2s, you got 4.4. That's great. Okay. So that, and then we see the numbers of reviews increase, you'll see that conversion rate start to tick up a little bit. Okay. So once you get to 30 reviews, all of a sudden your ACoS is gone from 80% to 70% or 60%. You're at 50 reviews, it goes down to 40%. And you'll see this gets easier and easier and easier and easier as you boost that review. Excuse me, I'm a little foggy today. As you boost the number of reviews. Okay. So reviews scratch and claw for every review you can possibly get. Okay. Next, after that, things you can control, because reviews, price point, they're a little bit more limited. Okay, reviews take a long time. Price sometimes is fixed. You're kind of handcuffed at that point, and you already lowered it to a certain point. Um, Next, the things we can control right away that can boost conversion rate. One of those is photos. Photos are huge. So having high quality photos, your hero image, which is your main image, the first thing people see to click on your product, have that be attention grabbing, have that, show the value of your product to stand out versus your competition. Okay. Because when we find products, especially in my group, we not only want to bring more value to that product, but we want to look different. We want to stand out, whether that's your brand packaging, whether that's your item being designed differently. We want to stick out from the rest so we're not dragged down by all the noise of the Me Too products. By Me Too products, I mean everybody looking the same and being exactly the same. We want to stand out, stick out. That'll draw attention to get more clicks, to drive more traffic, and to show people why you're better. Okay. After that, we have six, 7 more photos, depending on the niche or the category. We want to make sure we're highlighting our best and most important benefits first to last. So if people care that yours is twice the size and it's an extra large version, that should be displayed in your second image. Okay, so your first image is your main image, which has to be on a white background, everything like that. But the second image should be your biggest and best benefit to highlight that, to get people to buy, to purchase. So if you're extra large and then people care about that, that's what you're different. That should be in your second image. Okay, the third thing, yours comes with something others don't that's valuable. Show that off. Yours does this function. Show that off in a benefit form. Okay, so least to or most important to last, you should be showing those off in order. Okay, and you should be putting in lifestyles as well as infographics depending on the product. So your infographics are great at showing these benefits, but there's lifestyles that show off that benefit even better. Okay, and we should be putting those in order of most important. Okay, people always put like the size of their product like in their second image. No one gives a hoot about the dimensions of your product. Show the benefits off. Okay, you could run split tests for this for your conversion rate, your click-through rate. If you go to brands in your Seller Central dashboard, the menu, brands, managed experiments, you can run tests, okay, to figure out what's performing best. Now you need a certain amount of data and traffic to do these tests properly. But if you have enough traffic, you can do these things. Okay. Next is title. Same thing here. Title. In the first 5 words or so, first phrase of your title, you should, whatever is your main differentiator, you should be putting in that title, right? To stand out, to show people like what they're looking for. Okay. Also, the title needs to be keyword heavy, of course, but also needs to be sound good, look clean, everything like that. Next, you got bullets and A+ content. Now, if you don't have A+ content, you're probably losing out at least a 1% conversion rate. Okay, it's 1% is massive, guys. Anything to boost something, a half percentage, a 1%, a 2%, a 3%, do it. Okay, so this could be a product listing video you put on your in your images. This could be A+ content, so you need some form of that. As long as it doesn't look shady, as long as it doesn't look low quality, this is overall going to boost you. It doesn't have to be perfect. A+ content. It's hard to make it perfect at first, especially with a limited budget, but you need something there that looks professional and good and fits the niche. Okay. Next, you got bullets. Same thing with the photos. They should be benefit driven in the front. Okay. So whatever your main benefits are, the key things that people want to, buy this product for, hit those early from most important to least important, put those in order in your bullets. Okay. Your bullets shouldn't be paragraphs long either. Everything like that. So we need to boost our conversion rate to essentially lower our ACoS. So hopefully that makes sense. I know it's kind of boring, not the answer people want, but that's just the truth of it. It's never that like the PPC usually. It's usually just the product and the conversion rate that are causing PPC issues. Okay. Now, what else? Okay. Well, really, that's the science to it. That's really it. Okay. You could try video ads, you could try external traffic, things like that. And you'll see too, you should be tracking your keyword rankings. Okay. So if you go to Helium 10 keyword ranker, you could track your organic rankings. You see those start to move up, PPC costs will actually come down because you're more relevant to those keywords. So Amazon, if people like your product most on a keyword, they're going to charge less for PPC per bid. So per click, to show yours first, because people are checking out your product. It's what they want. And the customer experience is the most important. So be tracking that as well. Excuse me. Man. Got super tired and a little lightheaded all of a sudden. All good though. So let's move on to questions. Any other PPC ACoS questions? I'll put them in the chat. I'll make sure to grab a few of those at the end here. But Diana here, thank you for always sharing great content by watching your videos. I got so many answers to my questions. Love to hear it, Diana. Brandon McCarthy, hello Cam, do you pay your freight forwarders in full or do you pay them in 2 payments like 30% and then 70%? So I have a really good relationship with my freight forwarder, and this is not going to be for everybody, but I don't pay up front. I pay after it's delivered. But most cases, if you could pay 30 up front, 70 after, that'd be great. Some require to pay in full. And then once they, that trust is built, you could probably negotiate some other terms. Contrita Drake. Hi again. I have another question for everybody. Is there a way to make your listings not go live until FBA is received and processed? Your listings won't go live unless you have inventory in. So don't worry about there. A couple questions. This is Katrina again. To get brand approval, can I just have a logo on a single product or do I need a packaging as well? It could just be the product. For Alibaba, I have obtained some samples for inspection, but I am wondering if I request a sample with your logo or before making a large order to prove or only approve the proof of the product packaging. Friend owns a production business, offer to do photography for me. Yeah, if you can get a sample with your logo and stuff on there to get photos and brand approval, that's fantastic if possible. Ian, can I have more than one brand under my Seller Central account? Yes. Yes, you can easily. I actually prefer this. Daniel, I had a question regarding capacity manager. I'm looking to launch a second product for a brand, but I do not have the capacity available to send my product to Amazon warehouse. My limit is 100 square feet for standard size. 60 square feet is occupied. I submitted a request to have my limit increased. 160, I've not gotten any approval for Amazon. How long does it normally take to be approved? It depends how backed up they are. This could take a day. This could take a week. This could take 2 weeks. So there's really no good answer for that. It just really depends. My second product is almost finished in mass production. I would like to send it directly from factory to Amazon, but capacity is hurting me. Find a 3PL. So send in what you can and then find a third-party warehouse in the country that you're selling in. Or if you live there, send it home and just send what you can in and then just trickle in the rest of the inventory. Or if you keep moving volume, they'll increase your limits. Ian, I sent a YouTuber my product. If they also review my product on Amazon, will they throw a red flag since they didn't actually purchase the product? No. If they also review my product, red flag. Yeah, this will be an unverified review. Sometimes they come through, sometimes they don't. Don't do too many of these, but once every blue moon isn't a big deal. Ian, where do I find the payments made for ads? I've set it up to come out of my bank account I just launched, see my ad total spend, but where do I see my balance payments made? Amazon took 150, but I don't see anywhere in Seller Central where it shows the payment. It's in your transaction reports. It's in there somewhere. Diana McEwen. So I'm trying to add the zoom in feature for my products. Many listings on Amazon have the ability to show great deal on pictures when the customer clicks the image. How do they do it? High quality res photos. So 1500 by 1500 pixels, 2000 by 2000. Make sure they're high quality and they'll take care of the rest on it. So if they're not high quality, you're not going to get that. If they're not the right pixel size, you're not going to get it either. Marwin Gassan. Hello everyone. There's a brand name on Amazon that is already approved and I want to get approved to sell using the brand name but on a different category. Is this possible? I would hit up support for this. So it depends how close the category is, really. This is hit or miss. You just got to try and see if it happens. I'd make the listing before you made the purchase to see if you can get through with it. Tiana, Rudy, how do you get an inspection company? We reached out to multiple, none of them respond. Do you recommend one? Yeah, if you go to my field manual, I have 2 that I recommend in there, I think. Where's this at? Okay, it's in the about section. You go down right here. It's like in the 2nd chapter, I think. That should help you out there. Val Berger, wondering about printed labels. You mentioned ACen, I think. This is for not my brand items with the UPC from manufacturer. About wholesale, so items are sealed to poly bag. UPC facing to see sizes and product name. I want to send more items. Would you recommend labeling polybag unopened or opening item placing ACen label covering original UPC, then repolying bag? Make your listing. And if they give you an FN SKU, you'll want to put that FN SKU over the UPC. Sometimes you're able just to send it with the UPC, but they'll tell you. Hi everyone, just had a quick question. Wonder if anyone had the answer to it. All my units I've located in Amazon's warehouse, however, only 50 are Prime eligible. Will this number go up? or is only 50 units going to be prime eligible? That'll go up over time as they disperse the inventory to all the red warehouses. Brett Tester, hey crew, wonder if anyone knows what has happened with the ability to get strikeout through prices. So strike through prices, you only get that if you lower your price a certain percentage versus your average sale price. So if you sold for 2 months and your average sale price is $20 and you go down to $15, you'll get a strike through or for a limited time. But as you get more and more sales at $15, your average sale price decreases and they'll get rid of that. So it's all based on your average sale price at that time. So you'll never have a strike through for life. You'll never have a strike through when you first begin, usually anyways. And so it's all about average sale price. Katrina, I've added a couple listings, but they're not showing up under my inventory. I've searched by inventory by keyword, but it's stating the listing's not found. Also added one of the items the second time. It's still not showing up. Not sure what's going on. I don't know. Give it a day. I don't know. That could be 100 different things. I'm not sure. Hit up support if you finished the listing. I would go back and do the add a listing part to see if there's like one that's saved but not completed. That was my first thought, is you never officially completed it. If you have, then it's just a delay or there's something wrong where you need to hit up support. Marwin, does anyone know what to do? The brand authorization document or sample, how should I do it? Please note the brand I'm trying to take out is my brand, but on a different account. Both accounts at the same address, so it's even possible to put the same address 2 times in the document. So for this one, you essentially write a letter of authorization from yourself to yourself, and you'll submit that. So just go to Google, look up a letter of authorization template, and use that. Dave Peters, hello Cameron, seeking some guidance here. I've decided to stop selling a product which had a trademark name attached to it. However, the trademark is already in the brand registry process to USPTO. What steps do you normally take when to encounter this situation? Just let it go and never complete it if that's the case. Just don't spend any more money on it. It's going. Just don't renew it afterwards. Aron Ox Abara. Hi everyone, new to selling business, going through the process of adding our product to Seller Central. Would love some advice. When adding product for the first time, as you go through the product identity and some details, the price that you set, can it be changed later on? Yes, it could be changed later on. I have a safe idea of the price, but just in case I would like to change it, can be done. Yeah, you could change it later. Always put a higher price than what you think it's going to be, just in case, because they don't want you putting your price at $10 and raising to $40. That could cause issues later. But everything can be changed besides the UPC and the brand name. So make sure you get that right the first time. And also your manufacturer number and SKU, but that doesn't matter so much. That's more for your side. Dave Peters, hey Cameron, question. Do you think it's a good idea that since I'm now searching for a new product to launch on Amazon during this time, I should change from professional to individual? Yeah, if you want to save that money. Tiana, do you consult? We have a product and maybe have a manufacturer where we would like assistance on making sure we're doing it correctly to avoid costly mistakes. What are we being quoted and what is advertised on their site is totally different or very different. Yes, I consult. I only do that. I have a mentorship group that's like full A to Z. So if you just have like one question, I don't do that. But if you want help through the whole process, I do that. Just hit me up on Messenger and get you more details. Cook Arlene, hey guys, we got approval on 5665 error application. We also found the error when we hit the edit button on inventory page. Do we still need a role in brand registry? We're not. So it's a refurbished product, and they're saying they don't take refurbished products. So if it's supposed to be a new product, then you should need to change that. So it's saying it's refurbished. So they say they don't take refurbished products in whatever you're selling. So if it's brand new, that's the error you made. You need to go back and make sure you list it as a new product. Fred, thank you for answering my question. I launched a month ago and started with 11 high relevant keywords with search volume 700 to 5,000 exact match campaigns. Been getting orders on almost all the keywords. I was #1 new release for a while. I have 3 5-star reviews. Nice, Fred. Love to hear it, man. The issue that I have is that for all the campaigns, number of impressions and product page is much more than number of impressions on TOS. What do you mean by TOS? Maybe I'm just blanking here. TOS. Do you mean like keywords? Product page impressions versus keyword impressions? I lowered my bid and increased my TOS. Oh, top of search. Duh. Okay. Product page is much more than number of impressions on top of search. I've lowered my bid, increased my TOS adjustment, but still not working. Just an example for one campaign, the TOS impression is 926 and product page impression is 5,700. Bid range is 2 to 4, bidding 225 with 200% placement. That's a lot. My TOS impression share is 40%. Most orders are from TOS. Yeah, 40% top of search is a lot, Fred. So I'm just guessing you just want to dominate. It sounds like you're just a warrior. 40% TOS is a lot. They're not going to give you 100% because it's not fair to everybody else. And they want to rotate products through. So that's a very aggressive, high level TOS. Okay. So if that's your goal to get TOS, you're doing it. All right. And product page impressions are always going to be higher than top of search impressions because people are browsing products all the time and they could show 30 different products on a product placement versus top of search, they can just have one. Okay. So this is super high. I'd be curious what your ACoS is because it's probably going to be a little high. If not, you're freaking murdering, dude. And if you keep that level up, in getting sales at top of search, you're going to if you watch your organic keyword rankings, which you should be doing, Helium 10, whatever it may be, if you see yourself moving up, even if this is an investment to get up there, that's what you need to be watching to see if you're getting there. I play with different bids and placements to feel that I'm losing sales by not showing up in more TOS impressions. Warrior. Yeah, you're really just work on conversion rate, right? That's the next kind of step is that Amazon will be more willing to put you up there if you're converting those customers and you're the most relevant for that keyword, right? So the more you boost your reviews, get people to check out more, the more money you make Amazon because people are checking out more, the more likely they're going to put you up there. But 40% top of search impression share is great, is good. You're achieving your objective for sure. Fred, one more question. I launched last month with 10 exact match keyword campaigns and in top 10 positions organically for almost all these keywords. Sometimes my sponsored ad and more organic ad are a couple of positions from each other. Been bidding high for TOS places since launch. Do you recommend decrease TOS placement and keyword bids? If yes, how should I go about it and how much should I increase them by? Yeah, so I'm never on the side of stop bidding on a keyword just because you're organically ranking there. I'm on the side of always keep bidding on that keyword you're ranking high for. If you're consistently for a month, 2 months in the top 3, lower that TOS probably by 50% or half and kind of see what happens there. Watch it for 2 weeks to 3 weeks or so. If you stay there organically, then lower it again a little bit and see what happens. But obviously watch your data, watch your rankings when you do this. Do it slowly and come off it to see if that affects it. Okay. But definitely if you're in the top 3 positions, you can start to lower it down. Just make sure you've been there for a little bit. Top 10, top 5, I would still press the envelope. Okay. Because 80% of sales for most categories and most search terms, 80% of sales come from the top 3 organic ranked things or the top 3 organic ranking spots. Now you could check this with the tools like Sellerize and your brand analytics to see, spot 1, spot 2, spot 3 sales to see the percentages there. So you can check that out. Some keywords don't have a high percentage versus others. So there's a lot more data we can get into for that. Ian, how do you set up Review Quest and Seller Central? I use a tool called seller.tools. You can also use Helium 10 for that. Let's go check this out. Okay, cool. We got a lot of chat action here. Let's go through these. Mediate and relax with nature sound. Hi, I have a problem to find wholesale supplier and ungated. I'm not the wholesale guy, wrong person to ask. Jasco, I just launched 2 days ago. Perfect timing for the tutorial. Thanks so much, Cam. It truly means a lot. You're welcome, Jasco. The Cricket, hello, just watched your video. Ha ha ha. Great, man. I hope you enjoyed. Hope it helped. Keyshawn, hey, Cameron, I'm with a question about getting the EIN from my LLC. I'm not from the US, by the way, so I only need to fill the SS4 IRS form and I'm good to go. Yeah, so that one, just follow the instructions on the IRS site. You'll need a fax or call them. But yeah, if that's the doc they're saying, then you're good to go. Christian Harris, what is top of search? Top of search is you can pay more for your ads to be on the top of search. So when you You type in lemon squeezer on Amazon, you see the first 2 to 4 ads at the top. That's top of search. Where if you keep scrolling down, you'll see more ads as you get, halfway down the page. Those aren't top of search. So top of search is meaning you're at the top spots, which are going to convert better usually. But you're paying more for them, of course. Abel, how many campaigns should we be running after the first month? 3 to 4, depends. Depends how aggressive you're being, but auto, broad, phrase, manual. I run video ads, branded ads, things like that too. So you can get deep. And then obviously I've split exact campaigns, split product page campaigns. But at first you can start with about 3 to 4. The Cricket, I was doing listing my product, but it shows me error and I want to register brand registry on Amazon. Yeah, do you need a trademark and get brand approval first is my suggestion. Then apply for brand registry. Frankie, when will products start selling before quarter Christmas? It's slow time right now for sure. This will start to ramp up October 10th, the 11th are Prime days, and then you'll start to see a tick up end of October. And then November, December is kind of when it goes back crazy. I was about to say a curse word there. It will go crazy depending on your product, right? Some products aren't Q4 products. So, yeah. You also got like Black Friday, things like that during Thanksgiving week that are pretty crazy. Abel, best way to get strike price to show on listing, made several attempts but does not show up. Lower your price from your average sale price. A good amount, probably by at least 25%. Abel, have one listing with my ASIN, but on my inventory listing is duplicated. How do I get it down to only one? Delete the one that's not being used. Jasco, how long after launch? How many reviews until target exact match top keywords? How long after launch? How many reviews until you target exact match top keywords? So you're saying top of search things or just exact campaigns in general? Exact campaigns in general, you should probably be doing this right away. Sometimes I don't, and I wait 2 to 3 weeks with phrase campaigns. Then I make my exact match targeting keywords. So pretty quick into the process. Christian Harris, what is a good percentage to be at for top of search? 10% is decent. 40%, like I forgot his name, was doing is crazy. And he's spending a lot. He's spending 200% to get there. So top of percent, if you are not doing bid placement, percentage up, and you're like around 10%, that's great. That's fantastic. If you're being more aggressive, getting around 20 to 30% is also very good. So cool, guys. That's it for today. I appreciate